Sydney's ASMR. Hi there, my name is Sydney's ASMR, just in case you didn't know that already. And I actually filmed this entire video already, but I forgot to press record on my audio. So, you're in luck because I am not only trained in filming this once, but now I'm trained in filming it twice, two times. What I did is I talked to some of my members of the channel and I said, hey guys, what do you want to see in an ASMR video? And I got some great suggestions, one of them being a toilet roll. So I unrolled all the toilet paper in my toilet roll bathroom so that I could have this delicious device. I think it actually does do a lot for the audio for being just a piece of cardboard. I think it's quite fun. But I'm not going to do this the entire time, but I will come back to it towards the end. I want to start off with the first trigger, and then the second trigger, and at the end it'll be a very large assortment of soft, gentle triggers. So we're going to start off with some mind games, which I actually hate because that's why I'm doing it first, because quite frankly I get really pissy when I don't get the answer, or if it's like a dumb answer, you know, which you're gonna find out, you know. But it is what it is. It's nice to think about, you know. But now I already know the answer, so maybe I'll be less angry when I find out the answer. So let's begin with that one, shall we? Okay. So we're gonna go to some trick questions. Do you guys like trick questions? I know a lot of people liked my mind trap video. I particularly don't. But you know, it is what it is. We're going to start off easy. So, the first question is, what is always coming, but never arrives? It's always going to come, it's always coming, but it never arrives. What is it? The answer is tomorrow. Okay. The next one is, what can be broken, but is never held? What can be broken, but is never held? The answer is a promise. A promise. I promise you I will love you forever. Denied. The third question is, what is it that lives if it is fed, but if you give it a drink, it will die? It will die. The answer is fire, because you can feed it, but if you give it water, it will die. But I actually thought if you give it a drink of gasoline, that will definitely allow it to grow a big boy fire, you know. Alright, number 5. What can one catch that is not thrown? What can one catch that is not thrown? What's something that you can catch that isn't thrown? The answer is a cold. I don't throw my COVID at you, do I? Unless I literally have it in a vial and I throw it at you like a vicious, barbaric animal. I said number 5, but really I haven't asked you number 4. What word would you use to describe a man who does not have all his fingers on one hand? Who doesn't have all their fingers on one hand? The answer is normal people. You don't have all hands on one hand. You split it. Use 50-50, baby. 5 on 5. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. Number 6. What is it that if you have, you want to share me, and if you share, you do not have? What is it that if you have, you want to share me, and if you share, you do not have? The answer is a secret, because if you tell everyone, it's not a secret anymore. Number 7. If a plane crashes on the border between the United States and Canada, where do they bury the survivors? Where do they bury the survivors? You don't bury survivors. Dummy. Survivors are not buried. Yeah. Question 8. If it takes 8 men 10 hours to build a wall, how long would it take 4 men? If it takes 8 men 10 hours to build a wall, how long would it take for 4 men? Well, if the because you need to be able to start the match. The match, yeah. I was assuming that the match was already going to be lit when I walked into the room. You dumb website. If you spell sit in the tab, S-O-A-K, and you spell a funny story, J-O-K-E, how do you spell the white of an egg? I'm not even going to answer that because I don't understand the question. Is it legal for a man to marry his widowed sister? Is it legal for a man to marry his widowed sister? If no one has a widow, because my dad doesn't have a widow because my mom's alive. Yeah, the answer is no, but since he's dead, it would be hard to do so. Okay. You know, I think that was marvelous. I don't like mind game questions. Even as a kid, I would always get so annoyed. Alright, but the second suggestion was a story. And so I figured we would read a very classic story I think everyone's quite familiar with. I'm going to read the original story made by Flora Annie Steele in 1922. The three little pigs, three little pigs. I'm going to read it very close. Lower it down like this so we're up and close, you know what I mean? Because I want to make sure that I am in a frame. Okay. Once upon a time, there was an old mother pig who had 3 little pigs and not enough food to feed them. So when they were old enough, she sent them out into the world to seek their fortunes. The first little pig was very lazy. He didn't want to work at all, and he built his house out of straw. The second little pig worked a little bit harder, but he was somewhat lazy too, and he built his house out of sticks. Then they sang and danced and played together the rest of the day. The third little pig worked hard all day and built his house with bricks. It was a sturdy house, complete with a fine fireplace and chimney. It looked like it could withstand the strongest winds. The next day, a wolf happened to pass by the lane where the 3 little pigs lived, and he saw the straw house and he smelled the pig inside. He thought the pig would make a mighty fine meal, and his mouth began to water. So he knocked on the door and said, "Little pig, let me in. Little pig, let me in." But the little pig saw the wolf's big paws at the keyhole, and he answered back, "No, not by the hairs on my chin. Then the wolf showed his teeth, and he said, "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down." So he huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. The wolf opened his jaws very wide and bit down as hard as he could, but the first little pig escaped and ran away to hide with the second little pig. The wolf continued down the lane, and he passed by the second house made of sticks, and he saw the house and he smelled the pigs inside, and his mouth began to water as he thought about the fine dinner that they would make. So he knocked on the door and said, "Little pigs, let me in. Little pigs, let me in." But the little pigs saw the wolf's pointy ears at the keyhole, so they answered back, "No, not by the hairs on our chinny chin. So the wolf showed his teeth and said, "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down." So he huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. The wolf was greedy, and he tried to catch both pigs at once. But he was a little too greedy and got neither. His big jaws clamped down on nothing but the air, and the 2 little pigs scrambled away as fast as their little hooves could carry them. The wolf chased them down the lane pigs around, and now he could smell all three of them inside, and he knew that the three little pigs would make a lovely, 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 lovely feast. So the wolf knocked on the door and said, "Little pigs, let me in. Little pigs, let me in." But the little pigs saw the wolf's narrow eyes through the keyhole, so they answered back, "No, no, no, not by the hairs on our chinny chin chin." So the wolf showed his teeth and said, "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down." Well, he huffed and he puffed, he puffed and he huffed, and he huffed, and he puffed, but he could not blow the house down. At last he was out. He was so out of breath that he couldn't huff and he couldn't puff anymore. So he stopped to rest and thought a bit. But this was too much. The wolf danced about with rage and swore he could come down the chimney and eat up all the little pig for his supper. But while he was climbing onto the roof, the little pig made up a blazing fire and put on a big pot of water to boil. Then just as the wolf was coming down the chimney, the little piggy pulled off the lid and plop, 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 and fell the wolf into the scalding, scalding water. So the little piggy put on the cover again, boiled the wolf up, and the three little pigs ate him for dinner. Wow. What's the moral of the story? I guess don't be lazy. And boiled wolf is tasty, maybe. So yeah, that was quite fun. I enjoyed doing that. Let me know in the comments if you did too. The Three Little Pigs, what a wonderful little children's story. You know, all that reading, it makes me want to just relax a minute. I'm gonna bring you up again. Yeah, I think it's important to take a breath. Exhale. Breathing is very important. You breathe in for a few seconds, you hold it, and then you breathe out for as long as you can. Doing that, it allows your heart to slow down and your body to be like, oh yeah, it's time to breathe. I have one tip for you guys as you carry on in life. If you have a difficult time switching from like TikTok or social media to doing the things that you need to do to get done, like schoolwork, taking a breath. After you close TikTok, you take a breath. Hold it. And then you carry on with your chores or your homework. Doing that, it kind of rewires your brain. It gives your body a moment to be like, okay, we're switching up. We're doing something else. I saw that on TikTok, so TikTok. But speaking of slowing down, we're gonna start slowing down in the video as well. I think you might want some crunchity peanut butter, snack. Would you like a peanut buttery chocolatey crunchity snack? Too bad I don't have any, but you could maybe go to the supermarket like little pigs, and go to the supermarket and get some. What's your favorite supermarket? Do you like Trader Joe's, Publix, Kroger's, Commissary, Walmart? What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite gas station? I like gas stations. Gas stations are nice. Sometimes they aren't though. Walla Walla. Wait, no. Wawa. That's the name of the gas station. Yeah, Wawa. Buc-ee's. That's also pretty neat. I went to Trader Joe's yesterday. And I got a bag. endanger the planet. Oh, is it really the fault of the consumer, but not the corporations? Dun dun dun. Oh my, I think a part of de-stressing is also smells, right? So I've got a few smelly nice things down here, and you're definitely gonna need some headphones for this, my friend. We've got some jasmine. That helps with stress. It is very, 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 very subtle. Very gentle, very gentle, very gentle, very gentle, very gentle. But don't worry. We got another one. We've got lavender. Both of these help with stress. Just imagine the smells coming your way. Through your ears, smells through your ears. Thank you, jasmine and lavender. And another smelly thing, I have a lot of smelly things here with me today, but another smelly thing is this candle. And believe it or not, you think, oh, it's Sydney, how basic, just a candle to tap on. Dippity tap, but just, oh, you wait. It's so fun, I love this trigger. It smells like berries and cream. The next thing is something very simple, underrated, I think, in the ASMR community, and, well, maybe not underrated, but that's just simple hand sounds. So I got some goat milk hand cream, and we're just gonna